Welcome back to the Mommy First podcast.
Where you're a mommy first.
And a baddie immediately after.
It's your girl, Danny the Icon.
It's your typical don't give two fucks. Typical Tana.
And hey, it's your girl, the laid back Lila.
Yeah.
That's my new favorite part of the intro. It's kind of different description of herself. All right, how's everybody doing?
We good.
Good. Taking care of yourselves?
Trying to.
I know, it's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I find hard times. I didn't do any self-care this week. So I'm trying to figure out just different ways to try to incorporate self-care, different brands.
Yeah.
So I actually know of a brand called Merritt Allure. It is Merritt Allure on Instagram.
Okay.
They sell different like self-care skincare products.
Ooh.
Okay.
So their motto is healthy skin is a lifestyle. And Merritt Allure is pure moisturizing luxury your skin cannot afford to live without.
Mm.
So all of their products are handmade with love in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
And Merritt Allure has facial and body scrubs, body butters, and body oils that you will love.
Ooh.
I love a good
Yes,
Yes.
you gotta take care of your skin, because that is part, your body is what makes you take care of yourself the best. Like if your body is right, everything's right. Your mental, your energy, your emotions. And they want to let us know that it's important to prioritize the health of your skin, as well as prioritize properly moisturizing your skin amongst all of life's ups and downs. Life is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But incorporating healthy habits such as drinking water, eating well, exercising, and de-stressing are equally important and not only help our bodies to function properly, but also keeps your skin moisturized, healthy, and radiant. So let's stop waiting until it's time for vacation.
Right.
Hey,
Special occasions,
Uh-huh.
summertime, and self-care days to love on and nourish our skin and show our skin the attention it deserves every day.
Ooh.
I love it. I have some of their
I love it.
products. They smell so good. They have she has these like they look like little mints. Or like the candy that your granny be having in the
Yeah.
If you wrap that, it looks like that, but it's like a travel size like body butter, and it smells so good. Have my skin looking right.
Okay.
I love it, and shout out to them because they gave us a discount code for our listeners. So if you go to their website, and I'll put it in the description, in the video, if you're watching the video, you can use Mommy First, and that's written all out words. And you get 15% off of your order. So go order today.
Love a good discount.
Yes, let them know we sent y'all. But yeah, y'all, we're going to get our self-care together.
Yes.
Every day, not just on special days.
Right.
That's encouraging. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love it. They're a great brand. All right, so getting to our topics for the day.
Okay.
I actually have a topic of somebody that's interested in calling in.
Okay.
And explain their scenario.
Yeah.
Because they have like a crazy life situation going on.
Mm-hmm.
With a guy they're dating, a little baby mama, baby daddy drama.
Okay.
Basically asking what would we do, getting our opinion as
Okay.
moms. And yeah, she's going to explain the situation. So he's calling.
Okay.
This is a caller who loves your show. I'm very invested. Thank you guys for doing this. But I have a quick question for you.
What you got for us, girl?
Yes. So I have a friend who met someone and they slipped up and now they have a child together after knowing each other for only 6 weeks. In a mature conversation, the father said that he's not ready to be a father with this person. My body, my choice. She has the baby, and now they're co-parents, but it's pretty shaky because along the way she realized they don't have similar parenting styles, and she doesn't know him and does not trust him. So he has been a present parent only financially, like paying her mortgage and making sure all groceries are paid for and all of her needs are met for the child, but she will not let him see the kid on his own. The child is now 2. He is not allowed to pick up the kid by himself. The child is not allowed to come over his house. He has to only see the son when he's with the mom at the mom's residence. But while he's there, she makes him very uncomfortable because they're not really compatible.
Right.
So my question is, as moms, how do you navigate having a father of a child that you don't really trust or you feel like you got it wrong? Like, I understand mommy's first, but can daddy be second sometimes?
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
That's a really good question.
Okay, what are y'all initial thoughts on it?
Okay, so I want to know, since I heard that he initially didn't want to be a father, maybe not a father with her. I mean, have a kid with her. But is he still giving off that essence, or is he doing it out of obligation?
I think it's more so out of obligation, because at that point you really don't have a choice. If you aren't interested in the person that you procreated with, it's like, okay, well, we have a joint project that we need to come together to figure out. But it's not out of like for the mom, it's just we have a child together, so I have to step up as that kind of parent only to the child. He doesn't feel obligation to the mother at all whatsoever.
So he does have a choice, because and from my perspective, my first is not involved whatsoever. He's just on child support. So from that take, you, at least for me, I don't know this woman, but you can kind of sense when you're doing something out of obligation versus doing it because you strictly love this person or want to have a relationship with this person. So I don't know if she's sensing that from him. And if it's just a financial thing, I don't know why he doesn't want to just do child support so he doesn't have to worry about that. So it's like I want to know more on what does he want to contribute as a father to his child. Does he want to be in his child's life because he wants to be, a present adult, teaching his child, how to grow up and be a reasonable adult in the future, or he already has a connection out of the 2 years, because you can develop a connection with your baby. He developed a connection. It's like certain components I want to know more from that.
Yeah, I'm happy to share. So he's very interested in being a father to the child. Like, he wants to instill some values and be there for all of the large moments, and he still goes to family functions, even though it's uncomfortable. He still makes sure he's present when it matters, still does FaceTimes, and at the end of the day, he just wants to be able to build a relationship on his own with his son. But the mom thinks that he's unfit.
So he don't need, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but just my personal opinion, he don't need approval from her, because that is his natural natural right as a father to have that relationship, to support his child. So personally, I feel like whatever's going on with her, he can't reason with her. He needs to get a third party involved, meaning he needs to go to the courts.
You're right. And I think it sounds to me like he's just trying to do whatever will make her happy, or
less drama.
Yeah, is less drama, because he doesn't want to get courts involved, or maybe he feels bad about saying first that, he wasn't ready to be a father. And I think that he's just trying to make sure that he's doing something to keep her satisfied.
But that's not.
But he's not able to really be the father that he now wants to be in his child's life, because of that lack of trust that she has. But it's like, how will he ever get that trust if you don't give him the opportunity?
Right.
I think these are all great points. I think he's not interested in the courts getting involved for whatever reasons, which might be personal. I think he keep everything just off of paper, which is why he has paper trails of him paying the mortgage and buying the groceries, and
which is smart,
right?
Yeah,
it's smart. Yeah,
he's doing what he can, but as from a mother's perspective, if you don't trust him, what difference does it make? If you love your child, you created it in your tummy, how does it feel to send them off to someone where you just know, like, I don't think my baby's in the greatest hands, or not as good as hands as they are when they're with me? How do you get over that hurdle?
So, as a mom,
who,
when my son was first born, I was definitely the one who was, you want to see him come to me. Different reasons. He was born in the middle of COVID, so I really didn't want to send my newborn just out any and everywhere with COVID going around. He was in a relationship with someone who had let me know that she never accepted my son. She doesn't like my son. She doesn't wish my son was involved at all. So when somebody's saying that to you about your child, you don't feel safe with that person being around your son. And there would be situations I was talking to my baby daddy's mom, and I'd be like, yeah, I think I'm gonna send him over with them this weekend. She'll call me immediately like, don't do that. Don't trust that girl. She talks so bad about your son. You shouldn't send him over there. And point to my baby daddy would be like, yeah, she said some things that made me kind of look twice. Like, why would she say that? So I didn't feel comfortable. So I would let him know, hey, come over here to see your son. I would never want to leave you from a relationship with your son, but I would feel more comfortable. You come over here and I see that, you know what I'm saying, I'll build that trust with you. And he was kind of refusing for it. We went back and forth for like a year to the point that it got to a point that as a mom, I felt like I needed a break. And I feel like he wasn't doing enough to support us. He wasn't paying the bills. So I don't know what that dynamic is with somebody paying the bills and how that could change things. But him doing nothing was just like, okay, my son's older now. I can at least understand if something's wrong. Yeah. Like he might not be, he wasn't like fully talking, but I can tell if his personality would have changed. Yeah. He was in daycare, so I'm like, I'm trusting him with strangers. I can trust him with his dad. Yeah. So I sent him off, and it's scary, but it's like I had to get to that point where I just had to pray everything went well and trust the man that I had a child with. And since everything went fine, and he goes with his dad, you know, whenever he wants them, so that's not a problem. But for me as a mom, I had to come to that on my own. And I think it would have probably helped and spelled the process if he would have, with what I was going with, like coming over to see him more often. That would make me more comfortable and show that he was actually trying more. And kind of like y'all were saying, with him feeling like it's an obligation and then him not even wanting the child in the beginning, she might not feel like, can't even trust that you really are going to care as much for my child as I do because you didn't even want him in the beginning. So with him coming around more often helps to build that trust. Right. But he has been coming around, or he has been refusing to come to the baby mama's house. Man,
old girl sounds controlling and vindictive. Yeah. For real. Because I feel like it's gonna if he's allowing it, it's gonna continue.
Right.
She's got, like, for you, that experience with having the bill paid and stuff like that. You didn't have that, and then when he stepped away, you was like, okay. The mommy mode is constant. Right. I'm exhausted now. It don't sound like she had that.
Yeah, she's not willing to come to that point. Yeah. She hasn't got to that point yet where she's like, okay, I need to be reasonable. Yeah, I need to be reasonable because there's nothing my baby daddy could have did, and so I was ready on my own to be like, okay, I'm gonna send my child with you, and I'm gonna try to trust you with my child. Right. So it's not, but if she's not budging, like I said, it sounds best to get the real
life. She got it made.
Yeah, she just wants her bills paid and
to dictate when.
Yeah, to dictate whenever he sees the child and whether or not. And yeah, so she. I mean, hey,
it sounds like the only real way to rectify this is to go to court.
Correct.
Yeah. Because 2 years in and she hasn't budged yet.
Yeah.
Like, I got to a year and I was like, okay. All right, I need to budge a little bit.
And it could be personal reasons. Is he making his money legally or illegally?
It's all legal.
Okay. Does she have reasonable? Is it reasonable her to think reasonable points that she cannot trust him with the child?
Right.
Does she have a reasonable thought that her child will be
like her child came out with a bruise?
Yeah.
I'm sure that she has her reasons. Probably with their relationship.
She doesn't trust him because she only known him for 6 weeks. She realized she fucked up.
So I was saying, I'm sure she has her reasons because of when she was pregnant, he wasn't very present, and that's for obvious reasons. He wasn't interested in being a father, but once the child arrived, he was like, you know what, I'm going to step up and do what I need to do. But by that point, she was already scorned. And so here we are 2 years later trying to figure out how do we have a healthy co-parenting situation when the mom and the dad are just not ever going to be on the same page. But I think getting the courts involved might be the only logical way because she's the mom, and so she's going to be in mama bear mode for most of this, which is respectable. I get it. But I also, no one really gets to hear the dad side, so I kind of want to hear the side.
I hear a lot of stories with that.
Yeah, and like I said, I feel like she just doesn't trust him because she's upset with herself that she got pregnant without really knowing, you know, who she was procreating.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot more than just the kid. I think it's just something personal with her with that experience going on.
Yeah, she's very religious, and I know she feels a lot of shame. You know, this can be pretty embarrassing. She's older, almost 40, so I know, you know, a lot of shame and just higher emotions are connected to this. But from the dad's perspective, it's like, how do I manage a mama who is just like stuck in her ways and unwilling to change, even after 2 years of horrible co-parenting? Even when I'm there financially, even when I'm there for the holidays, I'm there for the birthdays. You know, I make sure, you know, I send the medicine when the baby's sick. I pop in when I can, but she refuses to make it comfortable. So I think I encourage moms to think about the dads. You know, this is a joint project, and though it's not always comfortable, sometimes you do have to take it to the chin and just figure out how to lead in the co-parenting situation. So thank you guys for sharing your opinion with me.
No problem.
Thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, side note though, the dads also need to think about when you are procreating with somebody that certain times do matter. Like not being there for her during her pregnancy. That's a very hurtful scenario that can impact somebody's thoughts and feelings later on. So definitely, you know, kind of think about that leading into it. Like it's more than just when the kid's here. Now you want to jump in. It's kind of like you should still kind of be there supportive during the pregnancy. But it sounds like if he's playing her game and she's still not budging, the only solution will be going to court. Because if she's not budging at this point, she's not going to budge. Right. And then they're just wasting time.
Yeah,
I agree. And there's a child's life involved that kind of needs both of these parents' influence.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate it. Continue the great work.
Thank
you.
Bye.
So just
and I think
talk more about that. Yeah.
I think that. I think that even though she only knew him for 6 weeks before she got pregnant, like she said, she's religious, so she feels a whole bunch of shame. But I also think she has like in the back of her mind that he's really a great father, and she just can't give that up.
She doesn't want.
She don't want. Yeah,
but see, that goes down to her.
She don't want him to have
that victory.
Title, that victory. Yeah, she don't want
the baby to go with him and see like, dang,
right?
My daddy's cool.
Like,
I like being there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She's really. I feel like she's.
I can definitely see that. I've definitely felt that way at some point before. Like, dang.
Yeah. I mean, I know I have too. Like, I'll be like, do I really want to send him to his daddy? Because he's going to fall in love with his daddy and he's going to be like, daddy, daddy, daddy all the time. And, you know, where's my baby?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I kind of feel like for me, I kind of feel like that's kind of
I didn't think about that.
What she's scared of.
Ooh.
That even though he didn't want to, you know, at first he didn't want a child and wasn't ready to be a father.
But why the pay my bills?
He's really going to be a great father.
I mean, if that is like a part of her reason, then why? Because to me, it comes off manipulating if you having him.
Right, because he's doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
So might as well.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's not. Your child, I don't know. I wish I asked the gender of the child.
It's a little boy.
But, okay. It's like your child picks up on y'all's interactions. And one of the main things when it comes to co-parenting is healthy communication. And if he's not able to establish that in any way, even when it's like, you know, let me talk to you about taking my son here, you're showing all the... It's going to pass over to your son how he's supposed to act with other women growing up.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, there's women who aren't ready to be mothers when they get pregnant. There's men who aren't ready to be fathers when they get a woman pregnant. That was...
Then, before.
That was a reaction that he had at that time. I mean, it was...
Yeah.
It was...
You can't dictate
you can
people's
validate
growth. Yeah.
You know, that reason, he had every reason, I guess, to feel how
2 years is a long time to be showing up like that. I feel like he's showing, he's proving to you.
He has.
Yeah.
He definitely
I really
has.
do wish he would have been there for her during her pregnancy. I don't know if I don't know her. I don't know if that would make a difference. But I know for me, that is something that was kind of like, took a little bit of trust away. It was like, dang, you didn't even care about me when I was pregnant with your child. Now you want to jump in. Can't really do it on the past. He wasn't there. He didn't do it. What we do moving forward at this point.
Yeah.
And like,
I had that same thing. Like,
yeah.
But it is, like you said, but
wasn't enough
if there's
time.
any new fathers or guys thinking about fatherhood, whatever the case, it is good to think about being there and during that pregnancy, because even
I don't think they realize how much that means to a woman to be there for her during her pregnancy, or not be there. Not even how much it means to her to be there during the pregnancy, how much it hurts a woman to not be there during her pregnancy.
And what it shows.
But then too, I don't know if she said it. Did the father did they break up?
I don't even know.
Like,
6 weeks in, I don't know if they was ever even really
right.
together.
Right. They probably was
Yeah,
just
they was
I was sneaky link.
Yeah.
So where was he when she got pregnant? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, were they on talking terms like that? Like, did she say, okay, well,
I get what you say when she found out.
I'm gonna decide to keep the baby. You know what I mean? Like, how far along was she before she let him know that, hey, you know, I decided to keep the baby?
Oh, good question, good point.
Now I'm 6 months pregnant, you know, baby due in 3 months. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Because maybe he didn't give a chance to.
Your mind is something where he would been there, he wasn't on the whole time. That's a good question to ask. I don't know.
So, if y'all hypothetically was dating a guy whose baby mama was acting like that, how would y'all feel from a mother's point of view towards him paying the bills and, you know, snapping to her every command and her dictating everything?
I didn't have he wasn't really paying the bills per se, but he was giving her money. He was you know, going over to her house to see, you know, his son, and like there was never any joint birthday parties.
Okay.
Like, any birthday parties we had, we threw, you know, for him.
Right.
And she didn't want him. She didn't want him to have him, because she didn't want, like, me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I love this baby.
Right.
You know what I mean? But she still wanted a family with him.
Mm-hmm.
So she thought that I was the one coming in between him having a family with her.
Yeah, that's different. That's a little
yeah,
but on her side.
But eventually, she kind of was like, okay, well, I see that I can't do this on my own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need help. And so she pretty much didn't have a choice but to budge.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it takes. So maybe he stopped paying the bills so she
Right.
realized, dang, I do need you more than I know.
Yeah.
I think
she
so.
has no reason to budge. Like I said, I got to the point that I feel like I had to budge. Like I stood strong for a year to like, no, you coming to see your son over here. You ain't doing it. Then I got to the point that I was like, okay, let me grow up and like just let him go, because I literally can't do this on my own. Like, I can't. He's not budging, I'm not budging, but it's falling more on me as the primary parent.
Right.
But she has no worries. Her bills is paid. She don't got to budge.
Right.
What she got to budge for? What she got to make him see him for?
But I guess he might feel like if he starts not paying the bills, then she gonna be like, well, you can't see your child even if you come over here.
Right.
Because that game.
But he's falling into it.
Yeah.
Deeper and deeper, more and more, because he doesn't want to get courts involved for whatever reason.
See, so at first, when my baby daddy and me were talking, before I got pregnant with him, but talking, he had, you know, another child, and at that time, he had a child, but he also was taking care of her child as it was his own. And at the time, he didn't want to get the courts really involved either. But it was just certain things.
That? I don't know. You gotta ask him. Well, how did you feel as the girlfriend?
I started peeping the control, and then me already having, you know, a child and everything. I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Like, how are you dictating certain stuff? And so then that's when I started for months encouraging, go to a lawyer, go to a lawyer, go to a lawyer. It didn't take, and then I also felt like she was doing that more crazy talk because I was around as well. Mm-hmm. So even us kind of riding the wave, she still eventually was like child support. Mm-hmm. So that's when baby daddy was like, okay, I gotta get the lawyers because he was getting his kids, consistently every week, but they didn't have it arranged through the courts or anything. Mm-hmm. But she had moments where she would dictate everything, and it took her saying child support out of nowhere for him to, go to that lawyer. But it's like,
maybe
the courts need to get involved.
Maybe it's cheaper. Maybe him paying her mortgage and.
Yeah,
stuff
it's
like
cheaper
that.
Maybe if he went to court.
Maybe it's cheaper if he went to court. If the money he's making is legal,
not over a 2-year span.
The money he's making is legal. It just depends on what.
So like what, 1,500?
It's a cap on that shit. You feel me? So they not even.
That's what I think too.
It's a cap on it. Like
that's what I think too. I think it's a cap. So either way, I'm sure whatever the cap in their state is probably not what you paying now.
Right.
Already, it's probably way cheaper. Like you ain't no rapper. What you must be paying? You are a working man like everybody else.
Yeah.
Brandon probably makes a lot of money if he feels like the mortgage is cheaper than what child support would be with his legal money. But it's like there's still a cap.
Yeah.
So look at what the cap is. If you feel like you can handle that, just go to court.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like
or shoot for custody.
Yeah, or shoot because like if it takes two people having to be adults and mature and just find somebody has to budge.
Maybe he
and somebody has to compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what it sounds like to me. That he don't something in court that he don't want to go.
Yeah,
he don't want to have to go to court because a record or something's going on that could probably affect it. Yeah. But if that's not the case, just go to court because that's gonna solve it. It sucks to have to get court involved, but if two people can't be adults and figure it out on their own, sometimes it just has to take going to court.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It sucks if it is a reason like him having a record or he'll make so much money that he'll end up paying her more. Then she wins in the end. But it's like, I mean, you had a kid with her. Sometimes you gotta bite the bullet.
Eventually, she's not winning in the end because that kid will pick up and that kid will vocalize.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Why is my daddy not really around? Why can I not go to my daddy's house? I'm tired of this damn house. Like, But that's gonna be years from now. But hell,
right. She losing the long run. She wins the battle, but he's gonna win the war.
Yeah.
But she ain't looking long term. She's looking at what benefits her right now.
Mm-hmm.
So. Wear condoms, guys. Wear condoms.
2 of them if you have to.
Right. The female and the male if you need to.
So let's talk Sexxy Red. I heard that she had her baby.
I saw that.
Congratulations, Sexxy Red. And I heard she was throwing it back in the hospital.
Did I see that video? She did like a whole video. Was it the Fuck My Baby Dad song? Is that what she was twerking?
Probably.
She was just running around the whole hospital twerking, put her pants down, mooning it in the window, just doing all kind of crazy stuff. And I'm like, dang, I wish I had that much energy.
Right, that's how I felt.
I was like, dang, she really up there. Like,
I was out of it.
In her hospital gown. Her done, makeup done. She looked good.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was. Yeah, Sexxy Red. But she was Sexxy Red her whole pregnancy, though. Like, she was still, bending over, middle finger, belly bump, half naked, twerking on stage when she was performing pregnant. So that's just her. That's
was that making people feel some type of way?
It was. People call her a bad mom. And it's her second kid. She already has a son, I think. And then she got another kid.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, I think it's her second kid. And people say she's a bad mom. That's how she
2 different baby daddies.
Yeah, they're both in jail.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. I was watching the interview she was doing and both baby daddies called when she was in her interview. And you heard you now have a collect call from.
So I wonder how. I don't know if it was I think it was the recent one, but she did have a pregnancy shoot with one of the baby daddies. Well, with the
did she?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
But she blurred him out. So you could see his hair. You could tell he's dark skin. The only reason why I know this because I was It's so weird when I watched the Rich Baby Daddy video. My Snapchat must have been reading my shit because it started popping up all of this, stuff about the video, and they mentioned because a lot of people's like the second baby daddy's Drake. They kept on saying that.
Yeah.
So then they said that she actually had a pregnancy shoot with her baby daddy, and he was dark skinned and clearly not Drake.
Clearly not Drake, far from it. But Sexxy Red, her whole brand is being ghetto, being
like I said, brand.
Ratchet baby mama.
Yeah.
Like she, gang member, hood, whatever. But people call her a bad mom, and I'm just wondering, like, is that in this day and age, does motherhood have one look, one aesthetic?
Hell no. Hell no.
I don't think it does.
Hell no.
Is there certain things you can and cannot do when you become a mom that you might have done before you became a mom?
That's kind of loaded.
Let's empty it. Empty the clip. What you got to say?
I don't know.
Cause I be twerking. I still be twerking.
You be twerking?
Yeah.
Oh, twerking. She's sexy. Sexy Red.
But no, like, especially with my teenage daughter, like, she'll talk or she'll say something that kind of gets on the topic of twerking, and I'll be like, twerk. And she'll be like, well, at first she was like, you're my mom, that's weird, blah blah blah. But then like the other day she went to her dance, and I think I sent y'all the video, but I was like, she was like, everybody was booty everywhere and twerking everywhere, and I was like, did you twerk? And she looked at me, and then when we went in my room, she did something, and I said, yeah, you can twerk in front of me. And so she was like,
Okay.
well, yeah.
Twerk.
So
that's the start of twerk. Ooh.
But to me, it's just all fun, and
Yeah.
Emery knows that it's all fun. I'm not like twerk at church or twerk at school, but I don't.
Are you twerking at church though?
I know. I feel like there's a time. Again, there's a time and a place.
Yes.
But I know I'm not a bad mom.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I'd like to twerk. I might cuss, that stuff. But I know I'm not a bad mom.
You don't really. It's not really out there, like publicly.
To a certain extent, because I know, not me, me twerking and stuff like that, not as much. Maybe at the club, it's public, I'm twerking or whatnot. I'm not afraid to do a Snapchat or a little reel or whatever and twerk with my friends. But as far as Emery, I did peep when this music came on. She twerked a little bit, and that was when she was, cheering and stuff like that. I don't know if that's inappropriate or appropriate, but she was around other kids, and they always having fun, so I don't know. I don't know what other people would say.
So you think Sexxy Red is acting inappropriately or not befitting of a mother?
I wouldn't say not befitting of a mother, because I mean we all do what we do. Hers is just out there, everybody else is, probably just behind closed doors. But I don't know, like I think like we said before, there's just certain things that I would do like publicly. There's not because I have children, I don't want there to ever be, I don't ever want to be out there like that to where my children grow up and be embarrassed. Or look at it, negatively. Or get talked about.
Do you think your upbringing might play a part
That's
in
what I was
it?
about to ask.
Huh?
Do you think your upbringing might play a
Like
part?
how would they be embarrassed if that's how they raise? They raise their mama always does this.
Yeah.
How would they know it's embarrassing if that's kind of like?
I'm telling
how
you,
they
like
were
if they
brought
get
up.
talked about, like if they're, oh yeah, I saw your mom and her, she showed her whole behind on TV and blah blah, and now
So it depends on the feedback.
Everybody knows what your mom's butt looks like, and everybody knows your mom has a, tattoo of a snake on her butt, and like.
But if we flip it around, so here's Sexxy Red, and she has this brand that people might consider ghetto, ratchet, whatever. But you go to Kim Kardashian, who had a whole porn thing.
Still the same, and I'm pretty sure she's embarrassed if her kids come across that video. I'm pretty sure she'd be embarrassed because I mean she's
So if her
she's
kids
actually come a long way. She's kind of
Has she? She be posting butt. I still be taking pictures butt naked.
Yeah, and she got the skills and
Never
stuff.
because she broke the internet on the cover of magazine butt naked.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially when she did that, like, and she, what was it?
She's still doing,
It was the Rolling
She might not
Stone, and
be-
it had the little milk or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And she had kids during that time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, she's not. She's kind of toned it down, maybe a little. Maybe.
That's what I'm trying to understand. What's the toning down? That's where
Like
it's
she's
like,
not. I think she's more conscious about like recording her sexual encounters.
okay, so that's where it comes into play as the mom is aesthetic. So recording stuff that should be private being released versus it not.
Yeah.
The digital footprint or your kids and their friends and everything can that.
But if he's working around the hospital, is that something that's supposed to be private? Is that something that you should want to keep?
It just depends on the person. Like, a lot of people feel like, that's an intimate moment. And it's a private moment. Just like we said with Chloe. Or who
Oh, okay.
Hallie.
I was thinking
Haley.
Khloe
Me
Kardashian.
too. I was thinking about Chloe.
Haley, when she had her baby, but I guess just like an intimate, private moment. But if you're known for being like ratchet and stuff like that, like you can take the girl out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the girl. So it's gone.
So you think it's
You only
fair
go
for people to
one
talk
way.
about her saying, "Oh, she's a bad mom. She shouldn't do that."
I don't think it's fair.
I don't think it's fair either.
I don't think it's fair.
They don't know what's
Because,
going
right.
on behind scenes.
Nobody really. I don't know of one great perfect mom.
Because we just
Me?
talked about. Okay, girl. But we just talked about how the mom in Shelbyville,
Yeah.
Shepherdsville,
Yeah.
the one of the S's, she had the mom aesthetic,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and she turned around and killed her kids.
Yeah.
So it's. I don't think it's fair.
It's not fair.
I don't think it's fair, and especially.
But I think what I'm trying to say is you're giving people the ammo, the ammunition to say that you're a bad mom.
I know for Sexxy Red, she probably just don't give a fuck.
Is there a mom aesthetic though? Like, what would y'all call the mom motherhood aesthetic?
I don't know because
Mommy first. No. I feel like it's
Right,
for me it's
daddy
action.
after.
For me that's the aesthetic. I don't even care what you look like or how you talk. It's the action. How involved are you with your
Right,
kids?
with your
Okay.
That's the aesthetic I always go by. Spending time with them, teaching them, feeding them, and doing your responsibilities. All of that.
What about the moms that pawn their kids off to nannies?
Whew. Depending on how often they do it.
Like, and I ain't talking about like the celebrity, rapper, singer, people who might just have like a rich husband who have a full.
I have turned up my nose. Yeah, because it's just like, why?
you're
like,
not bonding
like,
with
you're
your
imprinting.
child,
Like,
like,
you like your nanny know your child more than you
Right.
do.
So the mom aesthetic isn't the look. So even if mom is prim and proper, very nice, put together, but she don't spend time with her kids,
right.
that's not the mom aesthetic.
No.
In my
But if the
opinion.
mama's ratchet, shaking ass everywhere, but she taking her kids to school every day.
It's more than taking them to school every day.
I'm just giving an
But-
example.
Yeah.
I'm giving an example. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
But taking their kids, there's a stripper in the city who is, of course, big social media following, puts it all out that she's a stripper, half naked on the timeline. But if you watch her story, she's make sure she's taking her kids to school on time. She's spending time with him after, when she pick him up, and this and that. Some people might think she's a bad mom because she's a stripper and she's half naked on the
But
internet
she
half the
bringing that
time.
money. You can't dictate how somebody's, because you know how it is. The money rules the world and stuff like that. How is she gonna take care of her child?
Right.
What you gonna recommend her going to McDonald's or whatever? No, it gets harder when the money is less there, and then the time is being taken away because we have to work this job 12 hours or 2 jobs. And then I don't have no time to spend or teach or cook or whatever because I'm trying to get the money. So, and there's another, aspect where they're doing this because this is a part of the job that they're in. Separate that. Because I know with Drake, he has, a child with a porn star. So if we're talking about leaving something behind, then we basically saying all porn stars are bad parents. So, I don't know.
Do you think society has reached that point where they would agree with you? Do you think we're at a point that now the modern day mom could be the stripper mom, or could be the Sexxy Red, or could be the Kim Kardashian, or could be the Stepford wife? Or do you think society still sees it like there's a certain way a mom has to act?
They still see it as a certain
way. What do y'all think that is? Well, so what do you think the society mom aesthetic is?
The Obamas.
Oh. Interesting. Okay.
But let Michelle tell it. She was a married single mama.
Oh, did she say that?
Did she say that?
In so many words.
Girl, you sure about to do with
Cause I can see that because did she say that when he was president?
He was president.
Yeah, I can see that.
Doing everything.
And then they still be having stuff to say about their kids, especially I think the youngest. When it comes to them going to parties or stuff like that. Oh, they turn into bad kids or whatever. Like, people always got something to say. But,
I kind of wonder if we're going to an age where it's more accepting. Because now you're seeing more moms open to be not perfect or not what society would deem a good mom or the mom aesthetic.
So are you gonna quit your job and start stripping?
Probably, honestly. Hey, the bag besties need another one because they making mad. They need somebody. Sugar Land, y'all hiring? Because the way they making their money, I just might.
For me, I don't even look at it whether it's bad or good. I look at it like they're so confident to do that.
Yeah.
As far as the strippers or the porns or whatever. Me personally, I'm just conservative.
Would it be different, depending on like the gender of the child that you have?
That's actually a great question.
That is
me and my friends talk about
that's really good, yeah.
Celebrity kids or make Instagram influencer kids on when they have like boys, how that affects them when their mom is become hypersexual. So we think about like the Jada Waiters and the Aries and these moms who are like, always on social media, thirst trapping, being sensual, seductive, and they have these little boys. Wonder how that would affect them later on in life.
I know I see it on like TV shows, like the made up TV shows and movies where they have scenes like that and the kids are like, your mom's hot and blah blah blah, and they're like, shut up, like it's embarrassing them. So I don't know if that's what happens in real life, but I mean I feel like it can go either way. And then also I don't know if it's like a sexualness to it, like your mom's fine and then how the boys go through puberty, if that ever. Sorry. I don't know, because I know there's boundaries with that, because when you get to a certain point,
it's an Oedipus complex. Yeah. There's a certain age where you gotta make that distinct line between like mother and son.
Yeah.
Some boys can get too attached to their moms and see them beyond being their mom. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, thank you.
I got where you were going with that. I got what you were going with that. I think with that often. Sometimes though, like at what age should I be worried about the Oedipus complex so he doesn't get too attached to me?
Like changing in front of my son right now, or him, being private and changing in the bathroom, especially now I have a girl and all of that. Yeah.
You think it affects having a girl? Like, do you think?
I do.
Yeah. What do you think?
Because with her going through these hormones, it's messing with the image, especially like. Well, I told you I had a kid at 19, so I didn't even think of nothing about it. So I dressed in the short shorts and the crop tops and all that other stuff. And now with my daughter, she probably seen that at a young age, but she definitely sees it when it comes to TikTok and all that stuff. So now this is what she wants to imitate. And so when we haven't talked like the other day, she was like, I'm not smart. I'm not this. but all she wants to do is the looks, the edges, the tight dresses, all of that stuff. And to me, I'm like, I don't know how to approach her when it comes to, you don't have to sexualize yourself to get that attention or this, that, that type of conversation. And even when I do try, it's in one ear, out the other, because that's what's going on with her peer group and what she sees. So even like right now, she thinks sex and all that stuff is awkward. At least that's what she tells me. But I know it's coming.
Yeah.
And so if Sexxy Red just has boys, she probably doesn't think that. But if she was to have a girl, it'd probably be a little bit different.
So you think you should carry yourself differently if you have a girl versus a girl?
I don't think you should carry yourself differently, but a lot of people do. I mean, like, I know because they don't want the same thing that they went through to happen to their child. And so, like, I know a girl that she was a stripper. And then, you know, she ended up becoming a granny at 30. Because she had her child young, for one thing, and now her child has a baby. So it's like, well, dang, like maybe I should have.
How we prevent this?
Yeah, maybe I should have stopped stripping. Maybe I should have, you know, showed my, you know, taught my child something different other than you having to, you know, use your body for certain reasons. And, I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I'm myself with my son and my daughter, but I'm just constantly making sure that I'm talking to them and I'm showing them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all about time to play stuff.
I try to do some stuff. I try not to do some stuff. So, like, because I have a son, like, I try not to, even though, you know, you see women twerking and stuff like that, I try not to. I don't have nothing to twerk anyway. But, you know, if I'm just dancing and I try to call myself doing something, you know, I try not to
twerk, do
it much.
Oh, okay.
Because he gonna pick it up and he gonna start twerking. And I'm like, look, now. You don't need to be twerking. So I do try to carry myself differently. Not saying that everybody has to, but
it does definitely crosses our mind. What about you, Danny?
I don't know. My mind's kind of racing. I'm just trying to think. Because I'm just wondering. Well, I was trying to think like what I would describe as a mom aesthetic or what like a mom looks like. And I just can't think of. I don't know. I think it's being a mom is so multifaceted. And there's just different ways. There's different looks. I'm trying to think of like what a bad mom would look like or what a good mom would look like or what what things you shouldn't be doing after you become a mom. And it's hard to say because you can't judge a book by its cover. Right. You don't know. Anybody can show you anything, but you don't know what's really going on. So it's really not about the aesthetic or the look. It's really about like how you are treating
We just said TikTok and social media is all a bunch of lies anyway.
We did. It definitely is. It's okay. Yeah, hopefully society catches up where people be less judgy and not focus so much on what somebody's doing on the outside as opposed to like probably how they're raising their kids or to see how the kids are. They have the very well mannered kids. Oh, I have no idea. This could be a good thing.
And seen her
kid? No, that she blurs. Like
I think I've seen her son in her videos before.
Yeah, but I know they blurred out the new baby.
What?
She'd be just like hold them.
But they had an issue with Krishan when she did it.
What she do?
When she had her baby and she was in the club with the baby and all that other stuff.
What she in the club?
But she had like the little earphones on them. So it was the club. I think it was like it might have been the studio.
Oh, okay.
She was somewhere with the baby.
Because at that point, she exposing.
And the earphones on them. So
to make her a bad mom.
So they did declare.
They was like
they always declare Krishan as a bad
bad
mama
and stuff like that. But you got your whole kid in them music video.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of music video? Because the kind of music video she makes are kind of explicit.
I'm pretty sure he was in the Pound Town video.
So,
I mean, I've seen a little boy in a couple of her videos. I assume it's her son. Or she had a song with Summer Walker when Summer Walker was pregnant, and it was a little boy in the video. Again, I assume it's her son.
Yeah. That's
I don't know what random kid she would have in the video. But I was assuming it's her son. So.
What makes it acceptable for one, but not another?
Are people saying it's acceptable for one and not the other?
Like I said, like they would, if it was Krishan, they would have been like, oh, she's a bad mother.
I'm sure they call Sexxy Red a bad mom. I haven't heard one person say Sexxy Red's a good mom.
So they basically.
How do we know?
Hey, has she had CPS called on her?
That don't mean nothing either. CPS called on them.
Do they?
Yeah.
It don't even if it's multiple times. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah. People who have like vindictive family members.
Oh, okay.
So but
again, that's the point. I don't know how she raised a kid. I think she keeps like her parenting private. But I mean, from the aesthetic of it, people call her a bad mom because her son's might be in the video with her, or she's twerking around on stage pregnant, or in the club pregnant like Krishan was, and people call Krishan a bad mom as well. So is there a mom aesthetic? So is that what a good mom doesn't look like that?
Would you take your son to a club?
If I'm working, yes.
If you're working.
Mm-hmm.
And he's allowed to.
Yeah, and he's allowed.
If that's my job, and I have nobody to watch my son,
because that's a reality too.
But I mean, because there's places that don't allow kids, so it's kind of like, what makes them any different? Because they're working.
Because they working. Because they employees. They got that relationship with the owner. Yeah.
They don't make it right.
They don't make it right.
So where are you getting at? Yeah, what's the overarching?
I mean, I'm just asking questions because I just don't know.
Yeah. Like, I mean, as far as the aesthetic and having your child in a environment like that considers you a bad mom.
Right.
Whether you know if she had a babysitter or not.
Right. Because
that's my problem with people.
What if the child's backstage? What if the child's backstage with the babysitter?
And that's why I feel like that's what
I'm saying. Because like people just we're just looking at
right.
I guess what's in our face, like what we see.
Yeah.
So, of course, everybody, because people know, okay, well, kids shouldn't be in no strip club. Kids shouldn't be in no club. Period. If they see a kid in the club, they see you got your child in the club, they gonna automatically say, "Well, you're a bad mom."
That's how they felt with Miami with her son.
You got your child in the club. It's loud music.
She was with her dad at a birthday dinner, but it was like at a club or something.
Yeah, and they said there were strippers around.
Yeah.
It's just, I just have a problem with people like always trying to commentate, but y'all not quick to help. You're not quick to help, and are y'all going to still pour money into Sexxy Red if she wasn't doing none of this stuff, or is she gonna just fall by the wayside?
I don't know. I don't follow Sexxy Red.
I know. I'm just saying in general with these moms that y'all calling bad.
So there is a societal aesthetic and look, even, not speaking outwardly about it. There is seeing a woman act a certain way, doing certain things would give you pause to think like, isn't she a mom? So there is kind of like an aesthetic. So.
Oh yeah, that's what we talked about in season 1 with Kiki in her dress.
Right. Yeah. So there's a look. So some people think no mom should be dancing with Usher on stage.
Right, in that dress. In that sexy ass dress.
So yeah, the overarching question was if modern day has changed the mom aesthetic. It sounds like it hasn't. No. It sounds like they're still we're not accepting of moms being different. We're not being, the picture perfect Stepford wife type of mom where it's like, hey, you're in the house, ain't doing nothing, fully covered, but playing with your kids, but you can't go out, you can't be doing a lot.
Yeah, it's not gonna be me. I'm going.
You twerking?
I'm twerking. I'm on dress house
right now.
I'm just gonna have to be a bad mom to y'all. I'm glad I know I'm a good mom.
Right, so it's like, do you care?
Right.
Right, so do you even care?
I don't care with the public.
Yeah.
I think I start caring when people closer to me starts having things to say constantly, like family, in a sense. And even then, I gotta stop caring. But
yeah, but with them knowing you being a good mom, does
they
still hold weight that even though you know me as a mom, you know I'm a great mom, does it still hold weight that even though they're talking about how you're acting, that will make you like...
Because of how they say it is hurtful. Yeah.
That's what I was
They
telling
make you feel like shit.
That's what I was telling you about when I was having that conversation with my son and my mom was listening to the whole thing and she was just like, you're a mom, I can't believe you are using such language and...
Yeah. It has some weight regardless if they see how good of a mom I am. At one bad time where I dress this way or act this way, they gonna have some shit to say, and then that whole good mom is out the door.
Right.
That's crazy. Being that they know you as a good mom, that they still focus on.
That's when I be in my feelings like, y'all don't really know me.
Right. Okay. Y'all can still what y'all think. If y'all think there is still a certain mom aesthetic, or if there are things moms shouldn't do after they become a mom. Let me know what y'all feel about that.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. So let's hop into the mommy moment. Do we have any good or bad mommy moments?
I do. I've been trying to be more interactive with my child and more play, getting him off the tablet and off the TV and trying to, be more present with him. So one of our favorite shows is Bluey. Okay. I'm sure a lot of my moms out there know Bluey. I'm in like an adult Bluey Facebook group and everything. Like Bluey is really for the adults. It has like such deep messages that kids don't understand. Kids just see like the fun aspect of it. Like they see the play. So a big thing with Bluey is they do a lot of role play, like creative play. All the episodes are like some kind of game they're playing of like, there's an episode where like the dad's a train conductor and the daughters is riding the train to like work and this and that. Like it's a whole big scenario. So I've been trying to get into doing things like that. So I came up with a list of different ideas of like role play games we could play and try to go full in character. Like yesterday we played restaurant. So I went and dug up my old Texas Roadhouse apron. Even though I still had it. I was looking for another apron, but I found that one. Pulled it out. He woke up. I was like, welcome to JoJo's Cafe. How can I help you? Have my apron on. And he was like, are we in a restaurant? And I'm like, yeah, we're in a restaurant. What can I get you? What would you like to eat? And then he was like, no, I want to be the server. He switched it. He put it on. And he was like serving me. That's what I want. He has like a little oven and like fake food. So like playing that. So there's different ways to like be creative and play and be interactive. And not always me being on my phone or him being on his tablet. To spend time. So yeah, that's what we've been trying to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Everybody should watch Bluey. Like I said, it's a really, really good show. Get a lot of different good ideas. We were playing doctor earlier because he wanted to play and I was feeling sick. So I was like laying on the couch. I was like, let's play doctor. Like, you be my doctor. Mommy feels sick. So he was like trying to be like my doctor and all of that. I'm like, good. An excuse for me to just lay here and you do. And I had seen a post that had said, so Bluey episodes are like not more than 10 minutes. They're really short episodes. That was like when you feel like you don't have time to play with your child, think about Bluey. They do a whole play. It's only like 8 minutes of time. So you can set a timer, 8 minutes, go full out and play this role and then say, okay, it's time for me to go. So if you can just take a little bit of time, because it looks like it's a whole full big thing that they have to do, but really you see them playing the whole game in 8 minutes. So, like, you can really just take a little bit of time just to play this game and then go about your day if you feel like you're too busy to spend time with your child.
So do you have, like, a goal in mind or just naturally how often you play with your child?
Definitely on the weekends. I don't know about during the week because we're working full time, have to come home, take care of house. I don't know how that's going to work out to be doing like a full 10 minutes of play, just keep them engaged, interactive. But definitely on the weekends, if like we're not doing anything, I'm definitely going to have that play. Like when he wakes up Saturday morning, we're playing the game. I already have it. I try to wake up before him to have like a little setup. I want to do like a little plane next. Like I don't know how I'm gonna set that up.
Yeah.
I saw him about doing like a construction site. Like I want to have all that set up. So definitely on the weekends. I want to try to do it every weekend.
Okay.
But you know, if I'm able to after work, try to do just a little bit, even like some short play.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Don't
admire
be
you
every
for doing
day,
that.
but child.
I admire Danny for doing that. I think even you be playing with Kendrick.
Yeah, I be. Oh, Jesus. I be trying. He don't know when to stop though.
That's how JoJo is. That's why I'm like, realistically, you know, even when I set the timer, he still be like, no one keep playing. No one keep playing.
Because even when we read books at night, you know, I'll be like, okay, get your book, and then he won't read 10.
Yes,
And I'm
yes.
like, okay.
That's what JoJo is.
Yeah, so.
Or he'll
I be
pick the
trying.
longest book and we read that whole
Right.
book.
I be trying.
They say play is like a great way to learn for the kids, but I be feeling guilty because I'm the parent who don't play.
You don't feel guilty. I'm just starting doing. I've only done it one day. So don't hold me to us. Like I don't have a.
But I don't go like to, you know, to the extreme that you go
Your
to.
imagination.
That's
I'm like, that's
like you
really.
set up the
That's why she said Bluey.
site and stuff like that.
Right.
I'll do
Yeah.
that. I'm like, you go get a car and I'll get a car and we room.
I know. That might be what we do on the
the
weekdays
couch.
after work. Because it is a lot to try to set up the whole thing. Like, I had to clean the little den. I had to put the turntable up and put the food out and have it all set up. And that's why I was like, that's a lot. But Friday during the week, I'll probably be like, get a car. I got a car. We're going to race.
Right.
That's it. That's all we're going to do. Real quick 5-minute game. Something like that. But yeah.
But you can see how much it, makes him happy. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. He really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Okay, y'all. So while we talk about spending time with our kids and playing, y'all did any take them kids outside, or y'all planning on taking them kids outside doing anything?
I am planning on taking my son to the Newport Aquarium.
Okay, excellent.
I
I love the aquarium.
I do too, and he likes fish and
Okay.
Stuff like that. So we can't keep him alive, but we can go watch the live ones.
Not y'all fish graveyard. Oh my gosh.
They have little
We
robot fishes.
I know, I've used them.
Y'all killed the robot.
No, we didn't kill.
Move on. You didn't kill the robot.
We didn't
fish.
kill
Oh my
them.
God.
But I have used them. Okay, he knows the difference.
Okay.
Because with those, they only last a certain amount of time. And you gotta take them out, and they gotta sit out for.
Oh,
then you gotta put them back in.
okay.
So, but no, I plan on taking him to the Newport Aquarium because they actually have like a preschool pass now.
Okay.
So you can go as many times as you want, with that pass, and it's free.
Oh.
So if anybody has any preschool age
Do you know the
kids,
ages?
I believe it's 2 to 5.
Okay, that's good.
So if y'all have any preschool age kids, go ahead and go get them one. I think Kentucky Kingdom does the same thing.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
So
Don't you
Yeah,
have to
include all the
bring
links
the
in the description and all
birth
of that.
certificate?
yes, you do have to activate it within a certain time. I believe it's March 4th. So that's why I gotta go because March is next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I gotta hurry up and go and get it activated, take the birth certificate, stuff like that. But we're just gonna make a day out of it
Aww.
and let him go to the aquarium, see the fish.
Yeah, that's nice.
We went once when Joe was like 1, but I would love to go now that he's older. So I
Yeah.
understand. So I'm just gonna do the
You'll get a
preschool
lot more
pass.
reaction and stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun when they're older like that.
So
Aww.
I'm excited.
Nice. See, there's all kind of different things you can do. We'll leave the links to how to sign up for the preschool pass in the Kentucky Kingdom and all of it in the descriptions. All right. It's been a great episode, so we can go ahead and get into the Let It Out. Wherever you have something that's on your mind, on your heart, so you can just let it out with us. You can send us an email at mommyfirstpodcast@gmail.com to say whatever you would like to say. But if somebody has something they want to let out,
Me again.
It's 2 to 4. I'm sorry.
2 to 4.
2 to 4.
Back to that. 2 to 4 is the age of Christmas pass. But yeah, we're about to let it out.
You just remember that. But yeah, I gotta let it out. Cause I got things on my chest. But quick, my inner child is screaming with my daughter. Because Emery, thank you for the sound effect. Because Emery, I don't know if it's a spoiledness. I don't know if she just hasn't been without it, but she sometimes turn up her nose when it goes to go into her dad's house, the one that's not biological. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's like, dang girl, like you have someone who wants to be in your life and spend time with you, and then you have my boyfriend, and then you have like my baby daddy, he's still supportive of her, and then like my exes, you have a whole dad team going on, and you don't really care. Me, I didn't have my dad. And so it's like one of those like, I try not to like force things on her, but then there's times I put my foot down and be like, you're going to see your dad. You're going, because that relationship is there. You don't want to wait till you're older to kind of, think back and be like, dang, like I ruined that. But it be pissing me off. Yeah. I mean, no, I asked her, is there something going on? Like, is there a reason why? Like, I want to make sure it's nothing happening. She's like, no. I think it's more so probably don't feel like, because he lives in Lexington, so she probably don't want to feel like going all the way there. Yeah. And then
there's nothing to do.
Probably nothing to do. And then, she's in that teenage stage where she want to hang with her friends, talk to her friends, things like that. So it's probably all that, but it's kind of been like that for a while, though. Mm-hmm. But it's because she got a lot of support from all angles. Besides the boys, my mama, my granny, she's always had support. So she never really had to feel what it feels like without something. But I just be like, dang, girl, like, you're blessed. But
do they do anything with her there, or do they just like kind of just hanging out?
Right, she's just there.
No, depends on the day. They do stuff. Yeah. There's been times she went swimming. There's been times she went shopping. Okay. Yeah.
I would say they might want to try to arrange it on a weekend where there's like activities going on or like something.
She did say one time she didn't want to go over Dad's house because he had fleas and all that stuff. So she probably was more like facts. But I was like, well, Emery, help out. He probably struggling.
He might still have fleas.
Right. Okay. Perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's in that preteen stage. Yeah. That can also play a part in it. Not just the fleas.
Yeah. Okay. Just hormones.
All right.
Yeah. But that's all I get off my chest. I'm like, girl. But yeah.
All right, let's toast to getting off your chest and relief.
Thank you.
Nothing in my cup, but all right. Nothing to drink. I just take a sip. That's me. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Mommy First podcast.
Where you're a mommy first.
And a baddie immediately after.
Bye.